Hi guys and girls, this is Claudia here from Metal Days 2017 with Kobra and Lotus. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
So, have you been to the Metal Days or Slovenia before?
No, we've never been to Metal Days, but it's been really fun.
Yeah. I have friends who have visited the festival in the past, and they always say nice things, but it's the first time.
Yeah, so finally you came to see it too.
Yeah.
Right.
I understand why it gets a good rap. You
Right.
know, it's stunning and it's super fun. It looks like a holiday and a festival.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
people.
with the beach.
Yeah, well, we have yet to go see it, but after
Oh.
this, that's our next stop.
Yeah, you get a chance to see it.
Yeah.
Right. So when you're entering the stage and when you start your show, like, what is the feeling you have? How do you prepare?
I'm like such a technical-minded person, so I'm just
Okay.
thinking of making sure all the stuff is working. And then once that is good, I just try and put yourself in that spot. Get ready to have some fun.
Right. So how do you prepare? Do you do some warm-up or you jump around?
Yeah, I usually do at least 15 minutes of cardio, and that's minimum if I don't have time. Like today, it was very minimum. But I like to open my lungs up somehow, and then 2 hours usually before we play, I start warming my voice up. I don't really like to sing right before we play anymore because I find that actually my voice gets fatigued, and if I sing a couple hours earlier, my larynx can drop down again, and I'll be ready to go.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what is your practice when you are in the rehearsal room or at home and practicing with your vocals? Like, is there anything special? You have like a program or?
Actually, a lot of it goes back to just the classical training that I did when I was a young girl and a teenager. I always fall back on the classical things that I learned because I think they apply to any sort of singing. It's mostly to do with breath support, elongation, strengthening different areas, and I have weaknesses just like anybody else in certain places. My chest voice is the strongest place, and then anything higher starts to get, it's a little bit harder for me, so it takes more exercising and focus. But yeah, I do that, and I do still see my vocal coach occasionally just to have a tune-up and make sure my technique isn't dropping, because that definitely happens, especially with playing in a rock and roll band. It's just kind of easy to slip back into cheating ways, but that make it harder on your voice. Yeah.
So anyone watching and singing, please listen to that lady. She knows what she's talking about,
I haven't injured myself yet.
Yeah,
So that's a good sign.
That's a
but
good example.
I definitely still have stuff to learn.
Everyone does, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Until the end.
Right.
Yeah.
So concerning sound, like, are you experimenting still with the sound that you want, or is it like, no, I have my fixed ideas about that?
Always.
Always.
It's part of the fun, you know?
You're right.
It's no fun to do the same thing over and over again, and like the technology is getting to a place where we can do things we've never been able to do before. So yeah, always experimenting, always trying to find something new, and if possible, fresh, There's like the meat and potatoes of what people expect from metal is always going to be there, like the big this and big that. But yeah, try and find ways to play with that is always great, and we have fun doing it.
Yeah, right. That's true. So how is it you get all the energy from the stage into the studio, or do you think that's two separate things anyways?
I mean, from what I've heard from people that have listened to the shows, because we try to put, I know I try to put everything I have into the studio in that moment. And it does capture things that we can't actually recreate live too. Like my voice will never sing the same one time, But from people that have seen our shows and talked to us after, the general consensus is that the live show brought a different energy, and they loved the album, but then the show was more powerful. And I hear that a lot, so that's really my only way to gauge what's being perceived. But I don't know, the energy. You're always trying to put the energy in both places. That just as much of yourself as you can,
So I have a question that I put in all my interviews because there's no right, no wrong, and I'm interested in that. Okay. So, what is it, or who is it defining an artist, or what artistry is? Like, are you an artist?
I heard, I can't remember who wrote this, but somebody wrote it, wasn't me. That they said like it's the job of an artist to document what it's like to be a human being on planet Earth at the time that they're doing it.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
It's
I haven't had that one in around 200 interviews.
And well, good, I guess. So yeah, I don't know if we do that. That'd be cool if we do that. Mm-hmm. That's up for like other people to interpret, I guess. But we try to make stuff that other humans can connect to, and that's always a goal. Yeah, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Sharing the feeling.
Yeah. Because all songs will start from some kind of feeling, some kind of mood, some kind of energy, some kind of idea, whether it's in the words or whether it's in the music or in the sound, or it literally can be anywhere. But you take that and you create something out of it, right?
So, what do you feel about that term, like artist or musician, entertainer? There's so many words, but meaning is not clear always,
I mean, I think there's a bit of an artist in everybody. There's creativity in everyone in different ways. Yeah, and so that's just, for me, that's just however that person creatively expresses themselves. And the entertainer thing, I think when I think of that, I'm thinking professional path, and that is when you are starting to make the priority in your life all around that, and it's taking you somewhere. That's how I define it, at least for myself. Because honestly, I've experienced bad flack when I've told people I'm a musician, quite often at home in Canada. They say, oh, or they say, oh yeah, my brother's in a band and my sister and I'm in a band, and that's cool. They don't understand that this is really this is all we're trying to go for, and focusing on. Right. So there's different, I think, just levels of pursuing entertainment specifically. Yeah.
I mean, only to add to that, there's the terms you can use if you want to talk about business, but if you're talking about a social thing, then it's a whole new ball game. So it depends on the conversation you're having.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, there's context.
Yeah, the context.
Yeah.
So you have some new things that we are able to listen to, and there's going to be more, I guess. So can you tell us something about that one?
Well, the new album Prevail 1 is out right now. It's been out for a couple months now. Yeah. So that's what we're here doing right now, is promoting that and playing some songs from that. And that's number 1, but we made 2. Right?
So you were eager to do more.
I mean, it was a crazy idea. I think that stemmed first from her father, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay.
And then kind of came down through, and then it was kind of just like, should we do this? Let's go for it. It's crazy, but why not challenge yourself? And
once you knew you could, try to have the challenge, how could we say no? We were like, well, crap, what kind of cowards are we if we... That's how it felt. It was, at least it was under my skin. I couldn't let it go after the idea was put out, because I was like, we can do this if we... And it was super fun, and we got to, I think, show the band's virtuosity in a big way, because there was more space and time for more material and different creative expression. So there's a lot of different stuff on each album, and I don't think that each song is the same as the next, and the blend is completely differently, it's still Kobra and the Lotus on both albums, and it's still heavy metal and hard rock on these albums, but you will not find Gotham again or Trigger Pulse on the next, it's
it's different. Turned out different.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool. So what are your further plans gonna be, with the album, of course?
Yeah,
So-
I mean, wish we had a more interesting answer for you, but really it's just to keep touring. Because we, you know, this is out now and we have to go and play it for people, and then we have like 2 videos out now for this song. And we just spent a week working on videos for the next one, and I mean, really, as soon as
busy.
yeah, as soon as this is done, you know, the next one will happen, and you just do it all over again.
So it's a circle.
It's a circle.
Right.
Especially when the new releases happen, it's just like you know it's going to be full on once the new release comes out. Yeah, we have our work cut out for us because we did it double time, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, but no, it's great. There's some really great friends and also new bands that we'll be supporting also. So, for instance, Beyond the Black in December, we're going to tour Germany only for the first time for a couple weeks. And we've been to Germany several times, but never a German-only tour. So that's with Beyond the Black. We're touring with Exandria. And there's also September Morning. We've just been added to the bill too, and we're touring the States the second half that we just did the first half of. And then we'll be back in the UK for some headline stuff. We're coming to a bunch of places in Europe that we're going to announce soon.
Oh, yeah.
But-
So better watch out for that. Yeah, because you might be here, you know, at someone's hometown. Yeah. Right. So thank you very much for the interview, and have a good tour. Safe
you.
trips. Thank you.
So much. And if you guys want to come rock out with us on the road, just go to www.kobraandthelotus.com or Facebook. And we're very accessible, you know, Instagram, Twitter, it's just that world these days, but we really reach back if you reach out to us. So thanks for the support.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks.